Hi, this is Julie with Beadaholique, and in this video I'm excited to introduce to you Beadaholique's designer palettes. And these are hand-picked color palettes that have been curated by our design team, and they consist of 4 tubes of 11O Toho seed beads in colors that really work well together. So if you ever have a hard time choosing your colors for your projects, these are a great option. So I'm going to start right here. This is the Sundance Escape color palette. And you see it's got a nice mix of colors that really work well together, but also have some contrast. And I did up a Loom bracelet, which I also titled Sundance Escape, just to show you how some of these beads would really work up together. And I'm going to show you a fun little thing too. You get a lot of beads. So if you imagine, we've got this much left in the tubes, these here on the table, and this whole bracelet was done just with these tubes. So you can make actually multiple bracelets out of just these 4 tubes of beads. So again, this is a Sundance Escape color palette, very Southwest inspired. Then if we go over here, we have the Tuscan Vineyard. So this reminds us of wine tasting and bed and breakfast, really warm tones. Up here is Cambridge Flat. So we've got some nice primary colors represented with the red, the blue, the yellow, and the green. Over here is Pacific Waterfall. So this definitely has a nice water feel to it. We've got aqua and crystal and gray and a nice, like a matte metallic right here. I love that color. Over here is Berry Kiss. So if you're a fan of pinks and purples, this is a great color palette. This would do really well in the springtime as well. And then finally over here we have Vintage Lace, which is really a Victorian inspired color palette. So you've got the nice, really shell pale pink contrasting nicely against these other beads. And speaking of contrasting, that's another thing we did try to do. So if we go back to our original bracelet right here, you'll notice it's important when you're designing to have little pops of contrast. So we tried to make sure that in every palette, you did have beads that not only complemented each other, but also contrasted, which should work up well if you're doing bead weaving, bead embroidery, loom work, whatever you may be wanting to do with these palettes. So you can find all of these selections here and other project ideas for them at beadaholique.com.